You know that feeling, right? You're just trying to get some work done, but one single program decides to hog all the power, and your entire computer just slows to a crawl. It's so frustrating. But what if I told you there's a way to tell that program to, well, just be a little more polite? Today, we're going to show you exactly how to do that and take back control. I mean, it's such a classic problem. You kick off a really big task, right? Maybe you're encoding a video or compiling a huge piece of software. And then suddenly, everything else grinds to a halt. Just moving your mouse feels like you're dragging it through digital mud. It happens to all of us, but it really doesn't have to be that way. So this might sound a little weird, but it helps to think of your computer's operating system like a busy party host. It's constantly managing all these different programs, and they all want its attention at the same time. And in this little digital party, every program is expected to have a certain level of politeness. Now, this politeness actually has a real name. It's called the niceness level. Think of it as a hidden score that tells our party host, the OS, who gets to talk to the computer's brain, the CPU. This number is what determines how much attention each program gets compared to everybody else. Okay, so here's how the scale works, and this is the part that's a little backwards at first. It goes from -20, which is very rude, all the way up to +19, which is very nice. The most important thing to get is this. A higher number means the program is nicer, which means it has a lower priority. It's more willing to wait its turn. A rude program with a negative number is basically shouting, "Me first," and demanding the CPU's attention. So when you fire up any old program, where does it land on this scale? Right there, smack in the middle. By default, every single process starts with a perfectly neutral niceness level of 0. Nobody gets any special treatment right out of the gate. But what if you don't want them all treated the same? What if you know that one program you're about to run is a total resource hog, and you want to tell it to play nice from the start? Well, you can. You can step in and become the moderator of this whole party. You just need to know the right commands. And the first tool you've got is the nice command. You use this when you're starting a new program. The format is super simple. You just type nice, then you use -n to set the niceness level you want. In this case, we're making it a very polite 15. And then you just type out the rest of the command you were going to run anyway. This is absolutely perfect for those long background tasks. By launching your video encoder with a high nice value, you're basically telling it, hey, do your thing, but let everyone else go first. The result? Your web browser, your music, your chat apps, they all stay perfectly snappy and responsive while that big job just hums along politely in the background. Okay, that's awesome for things you're about to start. But what about that program you started 5 minutes ago that's already brought your whole system to its knees? Do you have to just kill it and start over? Nope, absolutely not. And this is where our second command, renice, becomes your new best friend. It's really simple to remember the difference. Nice is for starting new programs. Renice is for changing programs that are already running. It lets you adjust that politeness level on the fly without interrupting anything. Now, to use renice, the command looks a little different. You're going to need something called the process ID or PID. It's just a unique number that the OS gives to every single program that's running. You can find it easily with a tool like Top or PS. Once you have it, you just type renice, the new niceness level you want, like 10, and then the PID of the troublemaking program. Easy as that. So we've talked a lot about making programs nicer, telling them to back off. But what about the opposite? Can you take a really important program and make it ruder so that it gets even more priority? And the answer is yes, you absolutely can. But, your computer's pretty smart. It knows that letting just any program demand all the attention could cause some serious problems. So, being rude is a special privilege. It requires administrator access, which means you have to use the sudo command. You might do this for something really critical, like a real-time audio app where any lag would be a disaster. But you gotta use this power wisely. As you can see right here, the rules of the road are pretty straightforward. Any user, at any time, can make their own programs nicer. That is, give them a higher number towards +19. But if you want to make a program ruder by giving it a negative value, you have to prove you're in charge by using sudo. All right, so let's do a quick recap of your new system taming superpowers. First, use nice when you're starting a big task that can run in the background. Second, use renice to calm down a process that's already out of control. Third, always remember the scale. Higher numbers are nicer and have lower priority. And finally, if you need to be rude, you need sudo. So now you have the power to manage your computer's whole social order, making sure every program behaves exactly how you want it to. But this is really just scratching the surface of all the weird and cool things happening under the hood. I mean, you can control a program's politeness. But did you know some of the folders on your computer aren't even real? We'll get into that little bit of magic next time.